If I told you there is a coordinated strategy happening right now that could quietly stall an entire presidency, not through elections, not through wars, but through the courts. Stick with me because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Before we get into it, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. So here's what's been going on day after day. We're seeing rulings come out to block or reverse decisions tied to Donald Trump, and it's not just one ruling, it's a pattern. The latest example involves migrants under temporary protected status. Now, temporary is supposed to mean exactly that, but a ruling stepped in and ordered that status to be restored immediately after it was removed. And this isn't an isolated moment. We've seen multiple decisions recently that reverse major policy moves, including funding decisions, and it raises a serious question: at what point do courts stop interpreting the law and start shaping policy? Now, here's where it gets even more interesting and honestly more concerning. This didn't just happen randomly. There's a bigger picture. Before all of this, Chuck Schumer openly talked about placing a larger number of judges across the country. The idea: build a legal wall that could challenge nearly every move Trump makes. Think about that for a second. If every major decision gets tied up in court, even if it eventually gets overturned, what happens? Time gets burned, momentum slows down, the agenda stalls, and that's the key point here. It's not always about winning the case immediately, it's about the delay. Even if the Supreme Court of the United States eventually steps in, that process takes time, months, sometimes longer, and during that time, nothing moves forward. Now, in the middle of all of this, I was watching discussions where they brought up reaction from business leaders like Jamie, and what stood out was how unusual it is to see this level of resistance, not just politically but institutionally. And then there's another example that really shocked people. A court decision allowed a convicted criminal to remain free while awaiting sentencing. Now, not accused, convicted, and while out, that individual committed another horrific crime. Situations like this are fueling calls for accountability and raising serious concern about how decisions are being made. Leaders like Ron are now pushing for stronger action against what they see as overreach. Even talk of formal proceedings is starting to come out more seriously.